Stacy, welcome to the show. You're Permissionless. Tell us a bit about you and kind of what your story is, just briefly, and how you got into this Web3 space.
Yeah, sure. So I was, my background is both computer science and fine arts, and I was building large-scale entertainment complexes, 35,000 to 50,000 square feet, with geodesic domes, 360 projection mapping, AI, VR, and AR technologies in a campus setting. We had 6 of those in development when COVID hit. So our investors started pulling out. We started losing the land deals, but I knew that there was an opportunity virtually. So we took our tech teams and we started creating virtual experiences. So we were streaming content on chain, tokenizing ticketing, and creating the ability to mint NFTs in real time of the event as souvenirs. So that was really my entree into Web3, really big blockchain enthusiast. It was when I became the Web3 advisor for Zigazoo, the world's largest social media app for kids, that education and technology really started to become hand in hand for me. In order to onboard new people, you had to educate them as you had to market to them. From there, I was recruited as the CEO to Third Academy, which was really about bringing on the next generation to Web3. This led me to become the founder of Hive3. Hive3 is basically a blockchain superpowered version of LinkedIn. It's steeped in education, on-chain digital identities, verifiable credentials, as well as community building.
Awesome. Yeah, I kind of noticed that about Hive3. It kind of feels like a LinkedIn, essentially. But what's the differentiator, you'd say? Like, what separates it from a professional network like LinkedIn? And then who is it designed for to use it?
Great question. So the biggest differentiators are focused on community over sales. The idea also that in a social network, we're doing away with followers and likes and replacing that with your digital reputation as it exists on chain. You get to show off all of your soulbound tokens, which are indicators of your skills, immutable and verifiable, your POAPs and your NFTs, which really are big indicators of how you participate in the community. Additionally, you have the ability to jump into virtual co-working spaces. So I could hit you up on LinkedIn and you're probably seeing my message with 50 different advertisements for you to partner with people. On our platform, I hit you up, we can jump into a virtual space that looks and feels like this. It's totally mobile, totally browser-based. 2 clicks, you're in, and we're working in a space where we can collaborate in real time. We believe that provides global networking opportunities, global collaboration opportunities. Additionally, we aggregate educational content from all sources. We allow people to create their own content, AI enhanced, and issue credentials for that. So as a young person, as somebody in the space, you can build up soulbound tokens that actually validate that you have the skills you say you do. Unlike LinkedIn, where it's very trust-based, you say what you are, what you did, and everyone believes you. Your endorsements are kind of by people you know, maybe you don't. Maybe there was a swap in there. Who knows? Everything on our platform is verifiable and on-chain, and we think that's a very big differentiator. On top of all that, there's a monetization layer. We're really about communities and individuals selling their skills as NFTs for consulting and freelance time, as well as our wallet-based recruiting system, which really gives recruiters, most technical recruiters aren't really up to date on every aspect of technology, and recruiters in general aren't typically technical. So this takes the guesswork out of it for those recruiters. We get to scan wallets and we can qualify people based upon what they can actually do, skills-based.
Well, and these virtual spaces, it's kind of like a virtual metaverse kind of setting, right? Where they can kind of jump in and network, co-work, do all these things, educate potentially. And you couple clicks and you just pop right in. Is that kind of like the functionality aspect behind it?
Yeah. So when you come to Hive3, it looks a lot like LinkedIn. It's very Web2 based, even though it's Web3 super powered. We have events listings, both virtual and IRL. And when you go to a virtual event listing, you click enter, and then it takes a photo of you. You can customize your avatar, and then you go right in. ASWD keys, you navigate the space, and everything's built on Unreal Engine, so it's near photorealistic. You have the ability to play games with people, to share screen, to reserve a conference room, to have parties. It's very much built on the IRL co-working model, but it's only one aspect of what we do. We're not a metaverse first company. We are a very tech-driven platform that has a metaverse integration, which we think really enhances your person-to-person interactions.
So we could be doing this interview potentially in Hive3 in the virtual kind of setting at some point, right?
Absolutely. And I welcome you to do that. But here's the difference. If we took this into the virtual world, we can have a live studio audience. We can have pre and post networking, and we can stream it out across multiple social media channels in real time, which really can up-level the impact of this experience. And we can issue POAPs for attendance.
Interesting. I think we're going to have to do that. And then you also mentioned for like recruiting and stuff like that. I imagine that's a really good resource for, not only finding people, educating them, onboarding them, and kind of having that in-person feel when we live in a world where everything's quite remote too.
The other thing that's really powerful for is corporations. So this year alone, $160 billion will be spent on corporate upskilling. Corporations know that they need to onboard their members and their employees to AI and Web3 technologies. We provide the educational content, the credentials, the dashboard to manage how their team is accelerating through the different educational content. They also get to see whether or not people are passionate about what they know. Are they going to these events, IRL and virtual? Have they collected the POAPs to prove it? We think this is really going to benefit everyone involved. As you know, today at the Unstoppable Women of Web3 brunch, we talked a lot about diversity and inclusion, and that is something we believe in every step of the way.
How do you guys work in the credentialing? Do you use blockchain for that? Is that something just happens on the back end? Like what's some of the ways that you can use that with Hive3? Like maybe you're setting something up there, something virtual, a room, you're setting up a meetup because you're recruiting, or even the podcast, maybe you want to do something there. How does the credentialing aspect kind of work and the functionality?
As far as issuing credentials for the completion of a course, the content provider gets to set up the quiz or the challenge or the assignment, so to speak, for that credential. And then that information gets included on chain with the actual credential that lives in that person's wallet. As far as everything else, when you set up your event, you also have that option to issue a POAP. And then we also have an NFT marketplace that you can sell access to communities. You can sell access to your services. And if you log into that page and integrate your wallet, you can see all of the credentials you qualify for across communities. So once again, one of the things that is very significant to us and that we're really pioneering is community development. Everything from selling memberships and subscriptions directly through your community to monetizing it with virtual marketplaces to the ability to have dashboards that your community managers use with the integration of things like Telegram and Discord and Zoom all in one place that you get to share with members of your community based upon their role. So everything comes back to the community management dashboard and everything's on the back end. You just click what you need and we provide the service.
Sounds like a great one-stop shop for professionals. Is this available now? If not, when is it rolling out and when can we expect it?
Great question. So right now we are in pre-launch stage. We have been onboarding users. Currently, we've had users from 75 countries. We've seen over 2,100 people educated. We've got a significant group of communities with a social reach of over 900,000. Everything's been by invite only. In January, we're going to be rolling out the Unstoppable Women of Web3 and AI Summit. And we're going to be onboarding their global community. That's going to be really one of the first access points for most individuals onto our platform. So we'll keep you posted. It's very exciting at the moment, and I'm really glad to have this opportunity with you here today.
And then what's your goal here at Permissionless? What do you want to do while you're here? Are you just networking? Are you also doing other stuff, other events, speaking at all? What's kind of your agenda?
As a woman in this space, and we are still minorities in this space, I feel like every opportunity to be at a conference is an opportunity for me to advance not only our company professionally, but the opportunities for all women. So I really look for women that I can collaborate with, women's organizations we can bring onto the platform, but we're not exclusively women focused. We also are pioneering access for underserved communities. And also, we also provide incredible benefits for corporations and communities and people who are pioneering great communities. One of the reasons why we're doing this kind of proof of concept period where we're inviting certain organizations in is because it's almost like propagating a colony on Mars. We're really looking for communities that have strong mission, strong technology, strong belief systems that are really bringing up other people with them. We believe if we seed our company with those kinds of entities, it's going to have an incredible network effect in a very positive way. And we want to be the change that we've been hoping to see in this space. And so everything that I'm here pioneering for Hive3 otherwise is based with that mission in mind.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all that you're doing in the space and for women in Web3. And hopefully I'll see you around the event as well, and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Pleasure being here.